Make one thing very, very, very clear. We are going to do everything in our power to make sure Kamala Harris doesn't win. If you want Donald Trump to win, say that. I will vote for Satan if I have to.
There is a developing situation in Dearborn, Michigan, and people are calling it out. ICE is reportedly snatching the Muslim over there, left, right, and center. There are videos online circulating of these people being taken away, and what is striking is how this situation has turned to a wake-up call for the people of Dearborn, Michigan. There was a particular phrase that they used a lot during the campaign, the presidential election. They had a strong movement campaign that vote for anybody but Kamala. And you guys, if you know Dearborn, Michigan, it is known for having one of the highest concentrations of Muslim Americans in the entire country. And now they are being targeted. Take a look at this.
Somebody check on the Muslims in Dearborn, Michigan. They are currently in their F around and find out season, okay? If y'all remember during the election, they were on the biggest anybody but Kamala Harris campaign. On social media, they were on the news outlets. They were saying, if you vote for Kamala Harris, you have blood on your hands. No, we don't. No, I don't. And I voted for her and I don't care. I don't feel bad about anything. Saying that we're supporting genocide and to vote for anybody but her because she's evil. There was even one guy that said he would vote for Satan over her. Crazy. And let's be honest, it's because she was a black woman. It was because she was a black woman. Now, majority of voters in Dearborn, Michigan voted for Trump, okay? But Jill Stein had a very high percentage. I want to say she was almost at 20%. And the crazy thing about it is Dearborn, Michigan, I believe has the highest population of Muslims in the United States, right? So I guess here recently it came out that the population of Muslims are growing in Dearborn and it's getting, close to being more than Christians. And so the Christians were not feeling that. And so a bunch of Christian nationals, Proud Boys, decided to protest Islam and say, we taking back our country. Okay, y'all religion doesn't belong here, but this is what they voted for, so I don't feel bad. So they went out and protested. They were burning Qurans and everything. Now, do I think that's disrespectful? Do I think that's too much? Yes. But I also think that's what this county, this city voted for. They voted for that behavior. So Muslims went out and counter-protested these Proud Boys or whatever. And yes, I do believe that these people had the audacity or the courage to go out there and protest a religion because of Trump. Literally just a week prior to that, Trump was on Twitter or whatever, X, tweeting about, Muslims killing Christians in Nigeria. And then even had Nicki Minaj speak at the UN about what was happening in Nigeria. He is inciting violence against Muslims. So I don't believe what happened would have happened if we were under a different administration. But they voted for this. And they said anybody but Kamala. We'll even take Satan. And that's what you got. And now you're not going to feel safe in your own city because it's not going to stop there. It is not going to stop there.
Ooh, y'all, word on the street is ICE is down there in Dearborn, Michigan, baby, snatching Muslims up left and right. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, heavens to Betsy. If only someone had warned them before they voted for this. Last I heard, y'all, they was out there begging the folks in the community around them to help them. I'm confused, though, because these are the people that said anybody but Kamala. So what is it exactly they want us to do? Because, baby, getting out there in them streets, which is not an option. You chose this. You voted for this. Vehemently rejected Kamala Harris. And now that the leopards that you voted for are feasting, what is it you would like us to do exactly? Honey, I have naps that have to be taken. Let your anti-blackness be your refuge. Because, honey, never will lack of education and anti-blackness on your part constitute an emergency on mine. Not today, not tomorrow.
Why is it that MAGA have took to the streets of Dearborn, Michigan to harass the Arab community in Dearborn when they don't even live in Michigan? Let's talk about it. Now, from my understanding and my recollection, Michigan was not necessarily a targeted immigration state. I mean, well, who knows? All of them can be targeted immigration. But specifically, Dearborn, Michigan, because Dearborn, Michigan, we all know is highly populated with Arab Americans. And when I say Arab Americans, is exactly what I mean. They are citizens. They are either nationalized or they were born here. Majority were born here now because they've been here so long. But yet we have out-of-towners coming here and stating that it's the immigration crackdown. Well, who you cracking down on? Because these people are citizens. They are citizens of the United States. But if I recall, when we go down that rabbit hole, pay attention, my people. None of this occurred until Halloween, when Kash Patel jumped the gun on the FBI investigation. Did he really jump the gun on the investigation? Or did he expose something that was coming down the pipeline much larger? See, when it comes to MAGA, you have to keep your eyes open, wide. MAGA always say they they too woke for us. All you mother better wake the hell up, because MAGA plays no games. Because we weren't having any of these issues, or Dearborn weren't, because we ain't having them. But Dearborn wasn't having any of these issues until that raid happened, Halloween. Now, all of a sudden, we have these out-of-towners saying that they're doing the crackdown, the immigration crackdown. I'm here to tell you, out-of-towners, crackdown on what? These are American citizens. You can't take their city from them. They have invested in that city. You didn't try to take Dearborn when Dearborn looked like a piece of shit. Now that they have invested their money into Dearborn and built it up, you want to come take it? Hell no. Carry your ass home. We don't approve. And me being a Michigander, I don't approve of that shit. And whoever else does, you're out of line, because we know where Dearborn came from and where it is today. Not only just that, to talk to the Dearborn Arabs, you guys was too afraid to vote for Kamala because of her color of skin. Let's just keep it real. And she was a woman. So you'd rather go with Donald Trump, who brainwashed you to think that he'd end wars, he'd protect Palestine, he'd do all that. And you didn't think his agenda would harm you because you felt like you was a U.S. citizen. So you had to fuck around and find out. But me as a Michigander, and knowing where Dearborn came from, and knowing how the Arab community did build Dearborn up and make Dearborn into what it is today, I'm here to tell you, I don't approve. And whoever the hell these people are, take your ass home. That's what you do. Take your ass home, because you do not live in Michigan and we don't want you here. And that's my take on the invasion of Dearborn, Michigan Arab community. Drop down in the comments how you feel about the invasion of Dearborn, Michigan. And don't forget to like, share, and follow me for more controversial topics.
This is not happening in a vacuum, you all. People are pointing out the fact that just few months ago, there was a strong movement in you guys' area, the Anybody But Kamala movement. Many of them said they feel ignored by the Democratic Party, especially by the leader, Kamala Harris. So many of them were even campaigning that if you vote for her, then you have blood in your hand. Like, it was part of their lines for people to not vote for Kamala Harris back then. A lot of people are pointing out that it's not actually that they care about those people, they just do not want a black person to be the president. So many of them choose a big support to the third party or even the Republican candidate. They did that as a form of protest. And now fast forward, ICE, under the same administration, is pulling up in their neighborhood. They are currently in their finding out phase. And unfortunately, communities always pay the highest price in situations like this. And this is one of the reasons why I think a lot of people have been preaching that performative politics is very, very dangerous. There is no way that you are going to campaign on inclusion and human rights and then turn around. I feel like this is another reminder because, a lot of people have been in their finding out phases, and this man got into the office. High-speaking people tearing families apart is not something good at all. And this is going to be a strong reminder that voting is not just about vibes, because they thought that they were going to hurt the other party that they are not going to vote for because they believe that they have blood in their hands, just to see that now they have to go through it. It's not always about who you dislike. It is about who is actually going to fight for your safety, your dignity, and your right when the cameras are off. I want to hear what you guys think, because people are now calling it out saying, oh, you all are going through it now. We thought you guys said anybody but Kamala. Constantly reminding them that the decision they made is what is putting them in that situation. Let me hear what you guys think. If you have seen the headline as well, let me hear what you think in the comment section, and I am going to see you guys in the next one.